Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube. Welcome back to Jibber Jabber. I am your host, as always, Skidaramas, otherwise known as Tone Shift. With me today, we have five people, possibly six, aside from me, depending on if Hades ever decides to come in here. So, first and foremost, in the British corner, we have Darkness.
Hey, everyone.
Let's see here. Glaring intently at Paladin, we have Soviet Starfish.
I'm back, although we haven't done this in, 2 weeks?
Yeah. Let's see here. We have Luminous Starlight.
Hey!
Suffering the ire of Soviet while staring into your soul. We have Paladin.
Stairs.
Down the stairs.
And
Say stairs and fall down them.
And last, and possibly second to last, we have Tom117Z, also in the British corner. We may or may not be joined by Hades later, we shall see, but as of now, he is not presently with us. So,
Well, actually, not fall down the stairs. Have Soviet kick me down them.
And welcome, my fellow Brit, for we are here again.
So, how's everyone's week been?
Long and unyielding.
Interesting, to say the least.
I'm back at university now.
Any more words being spoken here?
And Lumina?
It's been okay.
Okie dokes. So, yes, we have a list of topics lined up. Fair warning, the episode of MLP we'll be talking about today is actually last week's and not this week's. The one with Spike and Gabby, because Liv and I tried to watch the new episode before we started recording this, but the version of the episode that I have downloaded apparently got corrupted as Starlight was in the middle of saying, "Why are you saying wink?" So I'm gonna have to find a different version of that and download that at another time. But for now, we'll be talking about last week's episode because we didn't have an episode of Jibber Jabber last week, because last week we did FFD6 for a lot longer than usual, fighting a boss fight and the resulting aftermath, and that ate up all of our time.
Which I've actually watched this episode, so yay.
Alright, so, and speaking of FFD6, it is time for the weekly FFD6 recap. So,
Yes.
this will be covering the last two sessions. So, to recap for the audience, in the last session before the two that we're talking about today, the party had ventured into a camp that was run by Devia Corp mercenaries and Vinaldi family mercenaries, two largely criminal organizations who had temporarily teamed up on some project or another, specifically Devia Corp, the masters of mad science and illegal magitech creations, had hired the Vinaldi family to help them procure specimens for a project. The party had learned of this, and through some outside help and a few alliances and clever negotiations, arranged an attack on the central camp of these mercenaries. And in the resulting chaos, just about all of them were defeated. But one person in the camp, a scientist lady from DeviaCorp, fled down into the tomb nearby that seemed to serve as a landmark of sorts that the camp was built near for the sake of finding it, and perhaps for power as well. The dragoon who was tagging along with the group, named Kyra, followed along after the woman, and as soon as the battle outside was completed, the main party ventured down after her, while the Tonberries left to take care of some business with leftover enemies, and the group Blue Mages stayed up top to tend to their injuries. The party descended into the tomb and were soon discovered that they were being set upon by zombies and undead. They linked back up with Kyra, and after healing up some injuries, fought their way through several enemies worth of undead. During which, not a whole lot happened. They found some cool items, but that's about it. Eventually, they came to a large chamber in the very back of the tomb, in which the scientist lady was working on some magitech device which the party would later learn to be a teleportation pad, which was drawing power and subsequently deactivating an arcane summoning circle drawn in the center of the room that served as the primary security device for this tomb, acting as a means of summoning the Guardian if the tomb were defiled. The teleporter was preventing the circle from activating, thus allowing Nabat to draw power, Nabat being the scientist lady, to draw power from the circle while also quelling any undead problems the group that she and her compatriots might have. The party, not knowing that it was keeping the Tomb Guardian at bay, broke the cables connecting the circle to the teleportation circle to keep Nabat from teleporting away, and as a result, the Tomb Guardian emerged in a swirl of green and purple flames. They fought it with some tentative aid from Nabat, who, doesn't like them at all. But in that moment, they had a common enemy, and after a fierce struggle that went on for well over an hour in terms of gameplay time, they were finally able to strike the creature down. There was then a brief interrogation of Nabat, during which they learned a few new details about her relation to Rocket's creator, Dr. Lazarus, before they tied her up and brought her back outside. This brings us into today's session, whereupon the party spent some time just relaxing, getting their wounds taken care of, and they put Nabat in a cage. As they were bunking down to camp for the night before making the return trip to Dali, their camp was approached by none other than Fane Pharaoh, the very woman who had told them where to find it in the first place. And she was alarmed and upset that they had gone through with their attack when they did, as that was apparently very bad timing on the part of the party and would only raise questions for her superiors if she came back, and her squad was the only one left untouched while all of the others were completely obliterated. But nevertheless, she determined that the best course of action would be to pack up her shit and leave, with the excuse being that they simply found the other camps destroyed and determined it would be best to leave before they suffered the same fate. The party agreed to this plan and were given the tip to seek out an individual named Sid Gaston, an engineer whom Thanatos and Rocket had interacted with previously in the Academy City. Allegedly, Sid has some pretty high-ranking, he has some influence in Linsalem, allegedly where Deviacorp is located, somewhere in that nation. And with any luck, Sid would be able to help them get by with Rocket and their party, make the law turn an eye from her, because all of her modifications are highly illegal in the technologically advanced civilization. So the hope is, with some help from Sid, Rocket will be allowed to move around unimpeded, and maybe, just maybe, they can have Sid find a way to Deviacorp using some bits that they managed to salvage from the Magitech camp. They returned to Dali after that, and earned a reward from the locals that was split between Kyra and the rest of them for dealing with the Tonberry problem, as well as everything else, which amounted to 1,000 gil for each party member before they moved on, Kyra splitting ways with the party to go and do her own thing. With that, the rest of the party and the Blue Mages began the lengthy return trip to Animo, spending a week on the road before finally returning to the Academy City, whereupon they found that an airship was docked in the city's dry docks. They made their way in, and after some asking around, learned that that airship, in fact, belonged to Sid. The Stargazer, it's called, and that Sid was about ready to depart within the hour. The party had a small window to get in touch with him and explain the situation, but they were able to do so with minimal issue. Meanwhile, Neothil briefly branched off from everyone else to find Mika Solwyn, the Mithra white mage the party had traveled with previously, and get caught up and reconvene and all of that. It was a fun conversation, very emotional. The two managed to let out some pent-up stress, notably Nee, over all the tension she's feeling and the worry about her own existence. Mika offered some encouragement, the two shared a hug, and then had to go their separate ways again. Neothil rendezvoused with the rest of the party, and soon enough found themselves aboard the Stargazer with Sid, who was quite excited at the prospect of bringing down Deviacorp, or at least dealing a heavy blow, and all of the things brought to him by this group of adventurers could definitely help him along in doing so. As such, and as well as the fact that his superiors will want to hear the story right from the adventurers' mouths, Sid is agreeing to bring the party along, as well as Nabat, still trapped in a cage. They boarded the Stargazer and set off from the Academy City through the air, covering a lot more distance than they normally would. What would normally be an almost month-long journey has managed to turn into a maybe 9-day trip, because they can dodge all of the difficult terrain and whatnot. They spent a few days in the air before eventually before they started flying over a region near enough to Linsalem's northern border and along one of the coasts of Eno, which is simply known as the Amber Coast. a large region of open coastline and grassland where growths of the demi-amber crystals, the source of demonic darkness and evil and whatnot that, corrupts various parts of this world, had begun to grow and spread. Apparently, in ages past, this very growth was what allowed Linsalem to have justification to create their own self-defense weapons with Magitech in the first place, to defend themselves and fend off demonic attacks from the coast. Now, as things stand, the party is still aboard the airship, flying overhead, with the potential threat of flying demons attacking them in the middle of the night looming overhead. That's where we left off. Any of the players who are present have any thoughts? Anything they want to excitedly gibber on about?
It was mostly set up for chapter 3 of it.
Yeah, pretty much. It was kind of an intermission chapter.
Yeah. As to accompany most of the party members and, of course, the scientists at the time, we got a little bit confused thanks to a certain boss's attack.
Yeah, that was fun. I forgot to mention the Tomb Guardian that they fought had a wide range of abilities that were quite disorienting. It could use poison, it could zombify enemies, it could petrify enemies, it could petrify them. It only got to use a couple of its abilities, and the rest of the time everyone managed to resist the status ailments, which is slightly disgrunting. I was kind of hoping it would zombify at least one of you.
Yeah, it was stressful.
What would the zombify one done? Like,
fun.
I mean, obviously it would create like a thrall out of them, but how would that have been countered?
The zombify status ailment does nothing except make it so that you are harmed by healing spells and techniques instead of healed.
Is the status ailment permanent or temporarily?
Temporary. Lasts 1d4 plus 1 rounds unless there's something that makes it last longer, in which case it would only be removed by use of a certain item.
It got frustrating for Lumina though, because as she is Rocket is a purely like tanky melee character who could not melee the guy for shit until he got debuffed.
Yeah.
But even when it was debuffed, it was a struggle.
Yeah.
Like, attack roll, you're scared, run away. Okay.
So like I said, stressful, tense, but fun. Nonetheless,
the butt tried to get by me. I picked her up and chucked her into the room again.
I got extremely lucky. I just kept stepping out of it for a brief second and healing certain members of the party.
Yeah.
Huh.
You were doing. You were doing your job as the party healer.
Either the dice favor me, or Alasai is now immune from ever since he came across this from the plants in the forest. Because they had a similar ability.
Well, here's a good question. Would Rocket technically be immune from being turned into a zombie since she's part machine?
No, anything can be zombified as long as it has a mind and living organ.
Yeah, the only thing that's in the game that can't be zombified would be outright full constructs, like from top to bottom machine. But Rocket is an organic creature with cybernetic parts and implants. She can still definitely be zombified.
And the only thing that kind of comes close for machines would be hacking, or deadly AI, or a virus.
Or just killing it.
I mean, like, control-wise, but yeah. I say it was fun. Anyone else?
Lumina, you have anything to add?
Not really, no.
Alright.
Alright.
Only that me is very sad that Miku will be gone much longer.
There. You will be reunited again one day.
Whenever we get around, hopefully, to Mi's plotline. Don't die.
Don't die. Do not die. Do not die. Die. Okay.
I guess it's topic 2.
Yep, that is the FFD6 recap. Although before we move on, Soviet Paladin, any thoughts, any questions, any commentary?
And so the brave elf ranger fell next battle due to a critical strike to the knee.
It's fine. I have.
Oh no.
Oh.
I have 8 destiny points. You need 7 to cheat death. It's fine.
Did you try to rhyme knee with knee?
Yes, you did. You should be ashamed.
For shame.
I am so proud.
Paladin
For
is Paladin
shame,
is proud of you. Oh, no.
I bet
Grudge is here.
that is,
One.
Did Lazarus teach her the puns?
I don't know. That's up to Lumina.
Oh.
Excuse me. All right, so
Excusez-moi.
on to topic 2, which is MLP Season 9, Episode 19, Dragon Dropped. We'll go through who all here has seen it.
Me?
No.
Yes.
I will.
Oh, it's time for Darkness Keys.
And honestly,
Sorry.
All right, well,
Oh,
so then,
sorry about
so from left to right then on screen, I'll start off with my impressions of it. I liked it. I got a lot of secondhand embarrassment from some of Rarity's antics, notably when she had like the speaker and the headlamp and the sad music when she was doing her "I don't know what I did, but I'm sorry" apologies.
and then when he finally turned up, she didn't even register for a few moments.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the episode overall. It was a lot of fun and it was very cute, and it's nice to see Spike finally getting over Rarity.
And grabbing onto Gabby instead.
I mean, to be fair, at least that seems to be reciprocated.
Oh. See what that hybrid ends up turning out to be.
I have a feeling that Gabby's like Spike's age.
Roundabout. She's like teenage years.
I mean, he's quote unquote a baby dragon. We're pretty sure in Pony years he's an adult. Just because dragons age really slowly, because they live so long.
Yep.
Unless
they
Green
have a hold.
evolved.
When he popped out his wings, he just entered the dragon equivalent of being a teenager. So
Even though in years he was pretty closer anyway. Yeah.
But yeah. So but again, the only real complaints I had with it overall is some secondhand embarrassment whenever Rarity was doing her grandiose apologies, and the fact that Rarity was being kind of greedy this episode. I mean,
Yeah, she was.
I mean, I get it. I really do. She wasn't expecting the sudden change at all, and it took her completely by surprise. And evidently, she definitely really does appreciate all of Spike's efforts. That much is clearly evident. But she's definitely not the best at coping with unexpected changes in her routine. Kind of like Twilight, but not nearly as neurotic. She just monopolizes what she lost instead of adapting. Whereas Twilight just has a complete and total freakout, or would in the past. Now she just...
sense of character development, that's kind of being a less of a common thing.
Yeah, I know. I said that used to be the thing. Now Twilight just takes a deep breath and delegates. But yeah, overall I liked it, though I got some secondhand embarrassment from Luna. Or not Luna, Rarity. Lumina, what
the other same voice actress.
Rarity, calm down.
They both have the same voice, variation thereof.
Yeah.
She had a lot of rape faces.
She did.
Jesus!
Oh, no, you can't say that.
That I don't worship. What the hell?
Dear YouTube algorithm, I don't give a shit.
Fair enough.
Yep, Rarity had a lot of amazing faces over the course of this episode.
Can we just call them meme faces?
I mean, I don't know. When she was standing over Spike and grinning down at him in the middle of the night with her horn alight, with a gigantic sadistic grin on her face, and him looking alarmed by her presence, I don't know. That looks kind of rapey.
I need an adult.
We are adults.
Stranger danger.
We are all adults here.
I need a better adult to help me
We need an older adult.
I am an adult. Now then.
I am an adult.
For me personally, I kind of found the Spike unhappy face a bit amusing.
Everyone loves the Spike's pain.
He is the butt monkey, sadly.
Yeah, for a decade.
In most of the episode, I kind of just face-palmed, left for a while, and then came back and watched more of it.
I like the episode. I like the story direction they're going with it. I just wish it would have happened season or two earlier,
we'd
so
have
we
more
could have
time.
flushed it out a little more.
Right, have more time to explore.
That would have been
again.
nice.
Yeah, have more time to explore again. Well, I mean, we have fan fiction for that, so.
I like the concept.
Okay, I get that, but I don't like people using that as an excuse. Like, I'm fine with it, but still.
I think the showrunners are deliberately leaving some of that stuff up in the air so that we can fill in the blanks ourselves. Because if they committed a whole 100% to anything, it would be anarchy, cats and dogs living together, people dying in wood chippers, that kind of thing.
If they're going to confirm any like big fan things, it'll be in the final episode, The Last Problem.
Right. Anyway, so
I did like the continuity though of how Gabby and Spike met, namely it being a carryover from Gabby's last episode, where Twilight at the end kind of learned about a Griffin having a cutie mark, quote unquote, went nuts and had Spike send out letters and reports and shit and seek her out.
Yeah.
Turns out, not a real cutie mark. Twilight was probably very heartbroken.
Aww.
I mean,
Forgery.
Twilight used Rarity's fainting couch in that episode.
Why do we have 2 new couches? Don't ask.
Don't worry about it.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, I
Done with
remember
the
that.
couch, done with the comfort.
All right, and Tom, any in-depth thoughts from you?
Yeah, I liked overall, and I got where Rarity's coming from. I think Gabby also overreacted herself ever so slightly at the Ogres and Oobleys thing, since it's a board game, it's not quite as intensive as physically going out, especially when you're tired.
I got a good question. Where does Rarity get all her couches?
Yes.
We don't ask questions for answers
shall
we
call
are not
it-
ready
She
for.
owns a super
Wait,
successful
couches.
fashion business. She has an entire budget dedicated to fainting couches.
Hang on, did she just pull them out of nowhere?
Yeah, she just has couches at her beck and call. She could just summon them out of nowhere.
I shall,
Is it like a mage ability, summon couch of fainting?
No, it's kind of like it's like she has summon fainting couch. Pinkie Pie has summon party cannon.
I shall call it.
Store things in her main too. Pinky kid.
Yeah, Pinkie Pie is just straight up conjuration based. She can just summon anything. Rarity only took summon fainting couch. That's the only summon spell she has. Summon furniture,
Wait.
specify fainting couch.
Pinkie Pie does what she does breaking reality. Rarity teleports it in and then just adjusts it ever so slightly. It's just the right position to be dramatic.
I got it. I shall call it the couchule. It's
What?
like the satchel, but it only produces couches.
Yes,
Couchule.
good adventurers. I give to you my newest creation, a magic bag of infinite holding, but it only holds infinite of one item. What is the item? M27 law grenade launchers.
Ah, yes, imprisoned couches.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes. Enslaved ass rest.
We're also inventing robot ones. Please turn off my sensors so I don't feel inappropriate butts.
Gunslinger, you can't fill your bag of infinite holding with only revolvers. Watch me. Fucking boss. You see, but I've stripped you of all your weapons. Gunslinger with the infinite bag pulls out gun. Where did you get that?
The bag.
You didn't take my bag. What's in the bag? Infinite gun.
Where did you get the bag? Got it from the hole.
Don't worry about it.
No.
The hole.
Where's the bag? In the hole.
Hey,
You know,
Utopia.
I love it.
this whole conversation reminds me of something that happened. I don't know if I told this story before. It's relatively recent. It was in a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition one-shot I played with a few friends to see how well a new player would get along with us for the sake of joining us in our main game on Wednesdays, which has been moved to Thursdays, but I digress. I was playing a sorceress named Luvina. The new guy was playing a Kenku named Wesley, and the question mark is part of the name. Wesley? That's your. And the other player was playing a fallen Azamir or something named Silver. And as things stand, my character, we were all level 10 for this, and Luvina, being a sorceress and being who she is, primarily specialized in lightning magic, but she also has the animate objects spell. And that got really fun later on. So we were going out to try and find some kids who had gone missing, and our trek eventually led us to an old abandoned temple. And when we stepped into it, we discovered that it was occupied by some crazed, very demonic, partially mutated tiefling guy who was trying to summon a demon, and he was doing so by having abducted 10 children who were all sound asleep in beds nearby, kind of in even rows. So what I had Luvina do is when the battle started and we went into battle against the tiefling and his 2 demon bodyguards, the first thing I had her do was animate as many of the beds as I could into fighting for her. So you just so all of the kids suddenly fell out of the bed and went running, and all of a sudden 5 beds just come flying over and just start pummeling the demons, just slamming into them, just bump.
I would have thought her first thought would be to animate the beds to get the kids out of there, not fight with them still inside.
That was the first command. Beds, deposit children. Once children deposited, attack demon. And I loved, and the part that makes it the best is when the beds really did start attacking the villains. I had Lavina go, "Yes, destroy them, my minions."
Because I am getting Disney Fantasia vibes from this.
It was like Disney Fantasia if it became a brutalization scene of a bunch of beds just beating someone to death and turning them into a, bruised, swollen purple pulp and lump on the floor, squirting out blood and pus everywhere.
But not some broomsticks each your heart out.
Then.
Yeah, we need an orchestra for this.
Nah, you just need her humming. Just.
So so how much of the work did the beds do in that fight? Then?
A fair amount. They didn't help us for the second fight against the actual demon that was summoned, but they definitely helped us out a fair amount. And then when we actually fought the demon, it was actually Luvina who got the killing blow by melting it. She melted it with a famine. Blighted the sucker into death. Because he was hurting children, and that's the thing. You hurt children, Luvina will fuck you up.
So me and Luvina have something in common, stealing getting blood.
Demon asshole.
Indeed. But okay, so but yeah, I think that sums up our chat about MLP. We went briefly into improv there. So now we go into our last topic for the day, for the last half an hour, the continuing adventures of Crimson the Dragon. I hate to do this, but I actually really have to pee. So Darkness, do you mind just recapping for a bit while I go do that, get everyone up to speed on what all's happened, so that we're all of fresh mind for it, and I'll be right back.
Of course.
All right,
no problem.
All right, bear back. I'll try to be quick.
All right. So, they managed to head back to the town to report on their mission and to the captain of the town. Unfortunately, he wasn't around, so they just went to the inn where they found the job from and just reported it. And once they did, everything seemed fine, although they do not know who the girl is because they've never seen her around town before. So unfortunately, she was not one of the missing people from the town, but now it seems she wants to come along, and she's in silent ever since the sighting of that terrible monster that came out the ground they had to face off against. And for some reason, just keeps constantly staring at Mirren and Crimson. But mostly Crimson, which she's a bit creeped out about. And speaking of Crimson, she ended up back at the inn with Doran and Mirren, only to drink a fruity substance that made her a bit tipsy and high, it seems. For the drink just really made her very pleasant and lose control of what she says and what she does.
Who roofied the red dragon?
And as they got up to a fancy place for her to sleep, which she was so polite to the owner, he liked her remarks and just let her stay in VIP room. But unfortunately, as Mirren was escorting her up there, he got spooned by Crimson. He was not able to move. He was stuck in a bed with Crimson holding on to him tight. That's how much she was out. She begged for anyone to help, especially Doran. No sign. And he was stuck for the night. Morning came. Yeah. Quite a lot happened.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hey, Tone?
And then we...
Hold on a minute. Let me get to the chat first. Oh, it is in the chat. Okay. I'll show you in the chat.
All right.
The burrito was featured.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, open art compilation.
But anyway...
Yeah, getting into that isn't all that impressive, I'll just as a heads up.
I know, it's just a surprise to me because I just learned about this.
All right.
Yeah, and to finish up on the recap, when Crimson did wake up and had a realization of what happened, Mirren bolted out the room, down the stairs, which brushed past the guy who owns the place as he was walking up, only to see an angry dragon just bulldoze him out the way and wonder what the fuck just happened. She chased Mirren all around town. He thought he lost her. But unfortunately, he was picked up and dropped into a pile of horse manure.
That is a big pile of shit.
Yes, it is. And this is where the story continues. And as soon as he got back to the inn, Nevaeh, as blunt as she always is, whoa, you look and smell like shit. Thanks for noticing. I suggest you get yourself cleaned up because, before I do, is Crimson here? I'm a bit worried around her now. She was, but she left in a hurry. Okay. I take that she's still mad at me. You have no idea. Morning, everyone. Doran? Why did you fail to help me twice? Huh? I called for you last night. You didn't reply. I called for you in the morning. No response. Where were you? I was in my bed. Did you not? Did you even hear me? Yeah, no. You got drunk again, didn't you? I hit a wee bit. A wee bit. I may have a bit of a headache still, and a bit wobbly on my feet. I'm just going to get myself cleaned up. Why do you look like that? Don't. Just don't. It's Crimson. Oh. Say no more. Another drink. No. Don't give him a drink. Nevaeh, we may be going on assignment soon, and I want you to be serious about it. You're too serious. Just lighten up. I'm an assassin, and I must always be high alert. Okay, I get it. Big duty, but is there any happy moments in your life? Only when I'm assigned to contracts and killing. So, what changed your mind? You can ask Aston that. Although I still think we should take him in. Wait, what? Aston has a price on his head? You have no idea, do you? He is like the highest bounty for his ridiculous antics of setting shit on fire. How much we're talking? A few 100,000, maybe even more. And he's with us. Wait, does that mean we're in league with him? Well, if shit hits the pan, I'm just going to try to get you all in. Oh. Thanks. I mean, basically, we all cash him in, not I turn on you. Oh. Right. Hang on. If he's such a high bounty, why haven't you done it yet? That would be telling. I hate your secrets. Meanwhile, Crimson, as she was going through town, unfortunately, she didn't make it back to the inn, for she was stopped halfway.
Oh boy.
Hold it right there. Holy shit. That scrawny little shit that came crying dragon was actually telling the truth. Oh, well, I have to reward him later. Excuse me, who are you? Who am I? Oh, you poor, simple-minded creature. Excuse me? I am the captain of this fine little town known as Ridian, and you are trespassing on these lands. But I can make a little reception this one time for one simple request. And that is, oh, I assure you it's something we both want. A fight. You want to fight me? Are you serious? Yes.
At least he's honest.
As much as I want to, I've got a bit of a headache today. Headache? Nonsense! You will not dismudge my honor with not accepting my challenge, would you? Frankly, I don't care. Oh.
Real quick, is this guard a dwarf or something?
No, he's a big buffed human with heavy armor and has a massive freaking sword and shield. So he's one of the big heavy hitters and the leader of the group. Sir? Yes? I don't think it's wise. Come on, she's a juvenile. But juvenile or not, she's still a red dragon. You can't just go up to her and fight her. Who's in charge? You, sir. Good. So stop ruining my fun. This is not wise, sir. Look, if you don't want to fight, you can just run back home. I'm going on one-on-one with this dragon. That means no help. I don't want any interference. And if anyone that interferes, I will knock them the fuck out. Now, you are not leaving here till we fight. And what if I don't fight you? Oh. I may know some information about you. What? Are you the same little red dragon who's friends with a few adventurers? I wouldn't call them friends. And tell me, not so much friends, wasn't it true that you allowed one to carry you up the stairs? What? Surely that is undignified of a dragon to be carried by a lesser being, as you would put it. You want to fight? Yes, but I do have ground rules. If you don't use your fire and wing, I won't use my magic. You have magic? Yes. Prove it. I have this. And what does that do? It's an enchanted weapon and it's very powerful. But frankly, it will ruin the fight. So wait, hang on. What are you suggesting? I am the strongest man in this village and I challenge you to good old-fashioned combat. No fire, no flying, no magic, and most importantly, no enchanted weaponry. Which is that sword. You are literally chucking away your sword and you're going to hit me with your shield? Oh no, I hit you with my fists. Is it okay? Am I still dreaming, or is this real? You are not dreaming, my dear. We must fight. Oh, shoot! Hang on. Where are my manners? What is your name? What? Your name? What is your name? Crimson. Appropriate name. And you are? They just call me Captain Noble. Pleasure to meet you. Captain Noble. Wonderful. Now then, let's fight. Sir, I would at least suggest you take your sword. And he's just walking off. And so these two have been fighting, which Crimson was getting upper hand until she was surprised that he was a lot stronger than he looks, and also knew how to counter some of her attacks. And the armor he was wearing was pretty durable, which frustrated her more. Come on, hit me, damn it! I'm trying. You're not trying hard enough. I didn't feel a tickle. Come on. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Fuck you. And fucking rammed him into a wall. And then proceed to go through the wall into someone's house. Oh. There. I fucking hit you. Now leave me alone. Bitch, please. That was just a bruise.
No. Tis only a flesh wound.
You are shitting me. No. I rammed you through the fucking wall. And I'm still up for a fight. Oh, sorry, ma'am. Carry on.
Poor woman was like, the fuck?
What lovely little children you have. Just stay down. Nope. And then he charged towards her and jumped on her back and started to frickin' and hold her in a headlock.
Huh. Interesting.
What you gonna do now?
Roll over.
You won't break your honor and fly, would you? Although you would be able to say something if I wasn't holding your...
Did she roll over?
She rolled over and even started flinging him about and trying to get it off. But he would not let go. I ain't letting go till you submit. Submit, damn it. Submit. Damn it. Fuck, how hard is it to drag your life out of a dragon? Submit. Sir, just let go. No, I will not let go.
Dude, calm down. No.
I've got her on the ropes. Sir, her tail. Not now. I'm holding her head. Sir, dragon tail. What about her? Oh, right. Tail.
Oh, right. That's a thing.
So at this point, they were both trying to strangle each other out. What was that? I can't hear you with the holding. Let go or I choke you. You choke me, I choke you first. What the fuck is going on here? Oh, oh for goodness. Captain Noble, release the damn dragon. My beloved Superior Maya, how are you today? Release him. But I'm having fun. Let go of the dragon now. It's a challenge. You can't break this up. Besides, she snapped my neck if I do let go. So no. Listen, her name's Crimson. Thanks. Crimson, is it? Listen, he's a bit of a lively idiot. Could you please release him? And I'm sure he would release you. Please don't. I'm having fun. Oh. We're gonna discuss this later, Captain Noble. You could have got yourself killed. Pfft, nah, I had her. Sure you did. Now, fix that house over there and pick up your stuff and get out of my sight. Okay. Until round 2. No. It's fate.
No.
It's stupid. Now go. Wow. That looked like you had a bit of a trouble. Nothing I can't handle. Mm-hmm. So who are you? Did you not hear my name? I'm Captain Meyer, the superior to him. I'm sorry about him. He's always eager for a fight. Although this is the most excitement I've seen for a long time out of him. He's been moping because he always finishes off many opponents with ease. You're the first. Oh. I'm not surprised. And what are you gonna do to me? Arrest me? Assault me? Try to fight me next? No. I would not wish to fight you. But I am curious about you. Okay. I don't know what it is about you, but there's something familiar, but there's yet not. Have we met before? I don't think so. Look, I've got a headache, and now a throat ache, and a few other parts of me aching. If you don't mind, I am leaving before I get even more in a bad mood. You understand, human? Oh, of course, fine. Run along, little Draggy. What did you just call me? What? The word you said, what did you say? All I said was little Draggy. And this time, Aston was at the... heard that as well, because he was just in a shop where all this fight was going on. Oh. Miss Captain of the Guard, I don't think it's wise you call her that, because she doesn't like those kinds of names. Who are you? Oh, surely you must have heard of me. I'm Aston. No, I haven't. You know, the Red Fire Mage? Nah, don't ring any bells. Ow, you're mean. Repeat that one more time, human. Little Draggy? What's wrong? Don't you like the name? I swear, although I could be mistaken. Okay, I think you should run. I don't think so. She ain't gonna do nothing to me. Isn't that right? You're... Aston? I want you to go back with the others. Why? Just do it. This is between me and her. I feel like I've been missing something. Do it, or I will... Or you what? Your threats don't harm me. Okay. I let them take you. All right, I'm going. Why would you let them take us? It's a long story. Now... Is that really you? What do you mean, really me? In the flesh? Although time has passed, hasn't it? And you go by Crimson now? Yes. Same name. That's a nice name. A bit of a random name, but nice, I guess. So, How's everyone doing? Oh, right. So, what have you been up to, Miss Crimson? Please don't. I've been traveling with a bunch of adventurers, I've been hearing. Yes. And you're acting this whole tough persona of yours. Why? It's none of your business. I think it is my business. Don't make me use your pressure points. You don't remember that? Oh, yes, I do. You may be bigger than last time I saw you, but I still remember your weaknesses. Aston? Yes? What are you doing back here? I got the others. No, I said go back with the others, not bring them here. Oh, I get to meet your friends. Oh, please. Please let this be a nightmare.
Fucked.
Fucked. F-U-C-C.
Yeah. See? She's betrayed us. What? She is hanging out with them now. Somebody smack him. On it. Ow! Nah. Hey, you're lucky it's the hammer, not the axe. That still fucking hurt. So, whatever Crimson's done, we can talk about this. There's no need for it. Huh? I knew her since I was a child. Wait, what? I used to call her my little Draggy. Oh! Little Draggy? Don't you ever say that word again. Any of you. And stop in. Are you? Oh, I didn't know dragons can blush. I am not blushing. To stop it. So, you're the leader of them all. You do realize your people is causing trouble for this town, right? Despite the embarrassing moment we just went through. Oh, yes, about that. Sorry for that. They tend to get a little bit too carried away with their job. Although the hire of the priest doesn't help. A priest? Yes, we are mercenaries for hire. We're not exactly guards of this place. We've been hired to protect this place, but also he's a bit extreme. He reckons that if we rid the entire town of any forms of like sins or evil demonic items, this town would be spared. From what? Have you lot not heard? Heard what? Oh my goodness, you're serious. Did we miss something? Only just the most terrible, evil plague this world has ever seen. We think it's at least a plague. We're not exactly sure what it is, but... Or even a virus of such. Okay, calm down. Explain it in detail. It's strange, really. Towns have been attacked by shadowy creatures of the night. And now it seems to infect the day, for wherever these things go, they have dark clouds that cover the sun. Really? And their numbers are growing. Every victim they come across, they become the undead followers. What do these things look like? They wear cloaks, they look freaky as hell, they float about, they glow. Some even have scythes. Mirren? Those sound like waifs. Yeah, we pretty much guessed they're waifs, but we've never seen waifs this well organized. Not even so many. Oh, shit. What's a waif? Are you serious, Aston? Oh, I am serious. What's a waif? A unhappy spirit that goes about killing shit and can now and then have capabilities to raise the fucking dead or basically that kind. Oh, big nasty, right? Then just kill them. Oh wait, they're already dead. How do you kill a waif? A powerful magic spell or fire, anything like that. But that's not the only thing to deal with. They have a shit ton of like ghouls, which are the victims, and lots of other nasty things. Who's behind it all? No idea for now. Should we talk to the priest? Bad idea. Why? Well, for one thing, the priest doesn't like magical items, doesn't like magic, and he especially doesn't like anything that's not human. Oh. So Crimson's like a big red flag. Yes, but I'm sure the little Draggy Waggy wouldn't eat him as long as I say not to. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Oh, come on, you used to like that name. No, I didn't. I never did. Are you sure? I'm sure. You don't even like me if I don't. Touch me. Don't, please. Well, this is going to be interesting. Shut up, Aston. Look, can we just resolve this problem? Not exactly. Besides, I want to catch up with Crimson here and her adventures. No, can we just concentrate on the mission of this evil darkness descending upon the lands and frickin' this mad priest that hates everything? Who wants to start first? Is she annoying me? No! We're not talking about me. We just move on. I want to hear the stories. What? I want to know Crimson's old life. Mirren, you're not helping. Please don't. Well, have I ever told you the story where she was afraid of a cow? Oh, for fuck's sake. You were afraid of a cow? It snuck up on me. All it did was went moo, and you just won. And managed to crash into quite a few shopping stalls. And then you got yourself stuck. Your head stuck in a bucket. This is just my life. So they continued telling humiliating stories where Crimson was not in the best of moods with this, and then decided to put her worries at rest with the item she got on her bout. Crimson? Oh no, not again. What's she doing? Why are you drinking that again? I will not be bested by fruit, Mirren. Don't drink the drink again. Don't. It's only a sip.
Don't do it. Do not do it. She did it.
Oh, shit.
God damn it.
Of course you did.
See? It couldn't be the drink. I told you there was that barkeeper. He put something in this drink. I'm perfectly fruity. Perfectly free. I mean, fine. Fine. I'm fine. That's what I said.
I will not be defeated by fruit. Proceeds to get defeated by fruit.
I'm telling you, it's not the... I don't think you're okay. No, I am. I am Mirren. Oh, drink more, drink more.
We got about
Shut
30
up.
seconds, by the way.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Please drink more. I want to see more of this. You're not helping Maya. Don't you mean my... Stop it! You're not helping.
Well, and with that charming moment of Crimson being high off her little dragon ass, we have to end off today's episode of Jibber Jabber. So thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for tuning in to listen. I'm Skadramas, as always, your host, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys. Take care.
Yeet!
Bye. And may it continue.
Bye.
Dragon fruit is amazing!